now between two first-place teams in the American League, the Rangers of Texas, the Guardians of Cleveland. And stay hydrated, fellas. It is a bark in the park. We'll have all sorts of dogs in the stands tonight, and the temperature is 84 and it feels like 90. It is an idyllic summer night for baseball here on the shores of Lake Erie. Rangers, who were 42-42, first in the American League West, were on Lake Ontario after sweeping a 4-game set from the Blue Jays over the weekend, and the Guardians playing really well, 44-40. You're watching ESPN Baseball. It is presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Welcome inside our booth, everybody. Alongside my buddy Eduardo Perez, I am Carl Ravitch, delighted to be alongside for what should be a good game. The American League has currently got 4 teams over 500, which means it is a wide open league, and these teams have been 2 of the best. One of the reasons the Guardians are always successful, their ability to pitch the baseball, and they have one of the best in the game on the mound tonight.
Yeah, Parker Messick, and he is good. He's a left-handed pitcher who is able to throw the fastball inside. He'll throw the sinker, but his main pitch that he throws 25% of the time is the changeup. And when he goes to it, hitters have issues with it. And then when you sit on it, he's not afraid to go 94 up in the zone to get the swing and miss. He's got presence on the mound. When the times get tough and runners get in scoring position, that's when Parker Messick pitches his best.
He is just ahead of Sonny Gray, who had a no-hitter into the 8th last night as the Red Sox swept the Yankees. Nick Martinez, Rasmussen, and Cam Schlittler, #1 as far as ERA goes this season. Let's flip it over to the Rangers, who tonight will be without Corey Seager, their shortstop, no Brandon Nimmo. They've also gotten some very good pitching, and tonight a unique story as Tyler Alexander will be on the mound for the 3rd consecutive day.
Yeah, how about 2 saves? It's not that it's consecutive days. It's high leverage situation. Saturday, Sunday, closed it out yesterday, and then he said, Skip, I want the ball to open the game today, as they were going with the opener. So he's going to most likely face either 1 inning or the first 5 guys in the lineup.
No one else has ever done that. Save, save, start, since the save became a statistic in 1969. When we come back, conversation with a former overall #1 pick, Travis Bazzana, about the thing he used to swing before a baseball bat with Eddie after this. We are back. 2-time All-American at Oregon State. Made his debut on April 28th, the #1 pick in the 2024 Major League Baseball draft. A lot has been asked of him, and he has been outstanding. Tonight he will lead things off. But before he was a superstar baseball player in the Pacific Northwest, he was doing some very special things in his home country of Australia. He spoke with Eddie before the game about it.
Exactly right.
What is this?
This is a little, 5-year-old Baz's cricket bat right here. That would have got whacked around in the backyard and have dents all over it. So I've seen one of these a time or 2.
What would the older Travis Bazzana say to the 5-year-old kid who's now using a wooden baseball bat about this bat?
When I was that age, I had extreme urge to play with this all day. This and a little broomstick when I wanted to hit a T-ball or something. But, just keep hitting, keep asking mom and dad to go out the back and hit, whether it was a cricket bat or not, yeah.
Have you had at-bats in the big leagues or even the minor leagues that you're like, wow, thank goodness that I had some training facing bowlers?
What comes to mind is there's been a couple lefty 2-2 or 3-2 sliders that have been kind of right down and away, and I've just kind of stopped, and it's dinked over the shortstop's head. And in cricket, you wouldn't want to hit it soft in the air. You need to keep it on the ground unless you're gonna hit it a long way. But the idea that I'm stopping the bat, yeah.
But you're a hack.
So that was a little more technical. Stopping the bat, it's kind of like a bunt. It's a little cricket in that, yeah.
Now, if you were the first pick in the country, and you had to draft a major league player that's not Travis Bazzana to play on your cricket team, who would that player be?
A bowler, it'd probably be Mizorowski, because the angle, the speed, the levers, his body and how it moves would be perfect to bowl really quick in cricket too. So I think he'd be kind of just the same. So I'd probably take Miz as my #1 bowler. But with the bat, I mean, probably Aaron Judge. Like, it's not that hard to hit a 6 in some of the newer formats of cricket. And so he would miss-hit balls way out for 6. He'd score so fast, so probably Aaron Judge.
Why baseball and not cricket?
Yeah, I played a lot of both at a young age, but baseball just, it was like my passion. It's what I thought about more often. I would go to team practice for both, but baseball was what really took me, and I wanted to spend more extra time on it. And I was kind of just obsessing over baseball since young.
Plus you like to hit.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Eddie, I got to go over a 6, whatever that is. A hack, is that a good thing or a bad thing? A little later, I think Bazzano's going to explain some of those things to us.
Oh, there'll be those terms and some more terms that we'll learn from Travis and about cricket.
All right, engaging kid, and as his manager says about Bazzano, nobody studies hitting more than Travis Bazzano. On the other side, former Mississippi State Bulldog Justin Foscue will lead things off with a terrific and high OPS leading his team. Josh Young will bat second. Duran, Berger, Higashioka through the middle. And down the bottom, Cameron Cawley, who's the second baseman, will be making his major league debut for the Rangers.
And on the mound, Parker Messick, who has really had a really good start to his career last year and this year. You see the numbers right there. He's going to have to establish a fastball to make that changeup of his work really well. Also throws a sinker, curveball, and slider. How about the delivery? Not only when he throws it, but after he throws it. My man's got some balance on that mound.
People don't usually get into positions like that. We're ready to start this one, and the first pitch is on the way, and it runs high to the designated hitter Foscue. 268, 5 homers, 13 runs batted in. He got a homer, 2 for 7 on their trip. Next one is at the top of the zone, and he will tickle the top, the bottom, and each side as well, as Messick can move that ball around. As far as rookies, he is leading in ERA and top 5 in wins, innings pitched, strikeouts, and whip.
See Parker, he works quick. He gets on that bump. It reminds you a lot of Mark Burley from the White Sox, who just used to get it, throw it, and let's go.
On the left side, Gabriel Arias, and then Brian Rocchio is at short. Bazzano is at second. Reese Hoskins plays first tonight. That one is pulled down the third base side and foul. In the outfield, David Fry in left. Stephen Kwan is in center. And the red-hot Khalil Watson is in right. He's been terrific. Temperature, like I said, mid-80s, feels like 90. Very little wind as Messick's next one is back up the middle, and the second baseman, Bazzano, is there, and he makes a throw over to Hoskins, then there's one down. What do you want to get out of your starter, Eddie? You want to get some length, and he has certainly done that. And you talk about the class of 2024, Burns is one of those other guys that were drafted. 5 or more innings in every start this season. One down for Josh Young, third baseman, who has dealt with his share of injuries early in his career.
And watch Parker on the mound. He'll throw it and get right back on the bump, and hitters know that. So during the hitters meetings, they make sure you have to disrupt his timing once in a while.
Next one, another hard ground ball, this time fielded cleanly by Rocchio, and he throws across, and there are 2 quick outs on 2 ground balls.
It's one thing that Cleveland has always done well, and it's defend up the middle at third base as well, with Jose Ramirez, who is out with a hamate injury. Should be gone for the next possibly 5 weeks.
Here is Duran, big number there on the left. He has not allowed a run in the first inning in any start this season, and he works to get ahead. And all you got to do is look at that square right there in front of our catcher tonight, Austin Hedges, and he has been living on the edges against the first 2, and now starts Duran off with one right on the corner. That is going to go foul, and some weak contact early here. Durant hitting .271, 6 homers, 41 runs batted in on the season. Went 2 for 4 on Sunday, having a good road trip, 7 for 25 with a homer, 3 RBIs, and he's hit safely in 3 straight games. Another ground ball. Rocchio on 2 hops, and Messick with a very clean inning. That took just 10 pitches to get 3 ground balls. Tyler Alexander, your turn. Ready to make some history for the 3rd consecutive day he's on the mound.
In this lineup that are rookies, and I'll tell you this right now, Stephen Vogt has done a fantastic job along with the coaching staff to be able to develop them as they play here at the highest level of the game.
Yeah, game number 85 for the Guardians at 44-40, and here is Alexander, and again picked up his 3rd save of the season Saturday and then his 4th save yesterday, and here he is starting the game today. On 3 consecutive days, he throws a strike in there. He didn't really warm up too much. Does that just mean he's already warm from the last 2 days?
Well, he went through his bullpen routine, and even when the inning ended, we had a shot of him coming in from the bullpen. So he just wanted to stay as status quo instead of thinking
as a reliever.
As a reliever. I'm not starting the game. I'm coming in a high leverage situation to get these 3 outs.
All right, Josh Young at 3rd, even, and in fact in front of the bag, as that ball is high on the ground. Berger on 1 hop, and there is 1 quick out from Tyler Alexander. Well, unlike Cleveland, who we mentioned, and especially Messick, who's now gone without giving up a run in the 1st inning in any of his 17 starts this year, the Rangers have had problems in the 1st inning. Now they've checked the 1st box. Bazzana didn't go deep. They have allowed a whole bunch of homers, and their ERA is .675. Their OPS in the 1st inning is the highest in baseball at .929. But a strike in there to Brian Rocchio, the shortstop. And it looks like that's going to be the next guy in. Chris Paddock, welcome to the Texas Rangers. As he joined the group today, signing a major league contract. That's a little high and tight.
And he fits in perfectly. This is a guy in Paddock that wears boots to the ballpark no matter what team he plays for. Came up with the San Diego Padres, played with the Marlins earlier this year.
1 ball, 1 strike. Paddock will get the bulk of the innings tonight as Rocchio fouls 1 off. So I mentioned Young at 3rd. Nicky Lopez is the shortstop. Cameron Colley makes his major league debut at 2nd base. Berger at 1st. Alejandro Osuna in left. Evan Carter, speedy center fielder. Ezekiel Duran is in right, and Kyle Higashioka catches with Eric Backus, the umpire, looking over his shoulder.
We got 2, guys.
It's a good take right there on the changeup. Rocchio is a very good fastball hitter. Probably buying himself a fastball here after that change.
2-2 just underway here on a Monday night, and that is going to be the first hit of the game. Rocchio sends it to the right side, and he is aboard. And with Rocchio, that means there is now speed there. 13 stolen bases.
And that's what you're supposed to do against a left-handed sinker. Excellent pitch, but a little up in the zone. And instead of pulling it, if he tries to pull it, it's a slower roller to the shortstop, maybe 3rd base, Josh Young. Instead, hits it exactly where it's pitched. Up and away, taking it the other way to get on 1st base for DeLauder.
Walk-up song for Chase DeLauder became very popular during the College World Series with West Virginia and Country Roads, and that's the song he uses to walk himself up to the plate as a West Virginia native. Swings at the first one and fouls it straight back. He had a cracked right rib on the 13th of June. It's sort of a dark day for Cleveland and their baseball fans when they lost a variety of players, including Jose Ramirez, and the cracked right rib for DeLauder. Angel Martinez has been out. That's jam shot out of play. But prior to the injury, he had reached in 4 of his most recent 5 plate appearances. It's a really good middle of the order hitter. The sun is beating down on Progressive Field. It used to be Jacobs Field. Opened in 1994. Went through some renovations, big renovations. Beautiful ballpark in downtown Cleveland. Alexander ahead 0-2, looking for a ground ball double play to get out of this first inning. Lauder pulls it foul.
You know, we saw a shot from the lower first angle, and the sun is a real problem for the first baseman, especially when a left-hander has to throw over. I remember having played here in Cleveland. It was Cliff Lee, it was CC Sabathia, and I was like, guys, just don't allow any runners on first, because please do not throw over. And if you do, keep it low.
Rocchio leaning back. That one misses away from Alexander. Yeah, so again, you're looking at a pitcher that threw on Saturday, and he was told before the game on Saturday, we're not going to use you. You're good on Saturday. And then it became a situation as he picks up the strikeout of DeLauder, where, you know what, he looked at the scouting report, he looked at who he has available, he said, if we're in a safe situation, we may need you. So Saturday changed. Sunday was a similar story, but he actually let him know, Skip Schumacher, hey, look, if safe situation, you're going again. And he'd already told him he was pitching on Monday 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah, and the thing is, at least he was very economical in those outings that he had. And as soon as he went into the office yesterday and told Skip, I want to start, I got this. I think at least he knew he can give him, if it's 15 to 20 pitches on that mound. Ultimate team player, that's what Skip called him.
They're trying to get their starters an extra day. There was a slight chance you'd see Jacob deGrom on the mound tonight. He's scheduled now to pitch tomorrow. And whatever Higashioka had to do with either PitchCom or his helmet and mask, he's now organized again. And we go with 2 down to Rhys Hoskins. Strike 1. Wow. That seemed to be way off the plate. And no ABS challenge from Hoskins too early in the game. Collie shifted up the middle against the right-handed hitting former Philadelphia Philly Brewer Hoskins. 93 got by him.
Up in the zone. Again, not a lot of vertical movement on that one down. Alexander beating Hoskins to the top part.
These are two teams that do struggle to put runs on the board. Hoskins watches one down. Cleveland averages less than 4 runs a game. Texas is just right around 4, slightly above it. 2 of the 5 lowest scoring teams in baseball, and yet both are first place teams because they generally pitch and don't hurt themselves in the field. Hoskins chases badly. That's the second strikeout. Does all he have is 1 inning?
Let's do it.
Let's keep Alexander rolling. He allows a single, but he strikes out 2. Welcome back to Cleveland, everybody. ESPN Baseball, presented by Liberty Mutual. Bundle and save on your car and home insurance. Yeah, dog day evening here at the ballpark, and you got to make sure they got some water in them as the first pitch is fouled straight back off the screen by Jake Berger. 3 ground ball outs. Eddie, if the Mick were here, would she be dying for some water and some shade?
Oh yeah, 100%. Mick would be right under the fan we have here.
Yep, time.
We're going to have some studio updates all night from Kevin Connors on the other games going on. We have one in the on-deck circle. Once Messick deals with Berger, he's ahead 0-2 on the next one. That's in there, called strike 3. 4 up and 4 down, and with that we're set to send it back to the studio and KC. No, I'm told no. Wow, they pulled the rug right out from under us.
How about that? It's been Parker Messick setting the tone, and he did it with a fastball right down the middle. 3 in a row.
Yeah, one of our favorites. Thank you very much, KC, as we did get that update. And this one is a little jam shot off the fists of Higashioka as we're rejoined here, and it is caught by Rocchio. And Messick is dialed in right now.
3 guys.
Batting sixth for the Rangers, left fielder number 19, Alejandro Osuna.
5 up, 5 down. Alejandro Osuna bats now. That's a pretty good name to be associated with, as good as he was for the Indians back then. Cliff Lee. Messick's lowest ERA through 16 starts by any lefty since Lee back in 2008. Out of play.
Messick, after throwing ball 1 to Foscue, it's been all about first pitch strikes. Continuing to just throw strikes.
And work quickly, which, as you know, that may have started back when he was pitching for the Martins at Florida State. And that is a swing and a miss. And Parker Messick is very efficient here through 2 innings. Get it and go.
17 consecutive strikes for Parker Messick, just attacking the zone with the fastball.
He gets strike 3 on the 8th pitch of the inning, and we are headed to the bottom of the 2nd. Welcome back, everyone, and those that just watched Paraguay eliminate Germany in the World Cup. We welcome you to Progressive Field, Monday Night Baseball here with Eduardo Perez, Carl Ravitch, Guardians, and the Rangers. And Chris Paddock, familiar name, but he just signed a major league contract today with the Rangers. And he is on the field in relief as we had an opener in Tyler Alexander. And that's the first pitch that Cameron Cawley has seen in a major league game. He makes his major league debut. Khalil Watson, I should say. And it's David Fry and Kwan that follows him. Watson's on a 6-game hit streak. 9 for his last 19. That's a .474 average. 1-1 from Paddock.
Yeah, the one thing Paddock uses that cutter in on lefties to try to establish a changeup to be able to get strikeouts. That's his swing and miss pitch. 39 strikeouts on the season. 17 of those have come off the changeup.
On a 1-2, and that ball is to the shortstop, even though Young was shifted, and Watson can get down the line, but he's thrown out by Nicky Lopez. Difficult play for the shortstop as Young dove in front of him, and he may have blocked the ball for a second.
Yeah, Nicky Lopez, who came up with the Kansas City Royals and moved around with the White Sox, finds himself here in Texas, and the one thing he can do is this: defense. Beautifully played, showing the strong arm and accuracy.
Paddock, who has primarily served as a starter over his major league career, 119 of those. Wow. That curveball went to the moon and came back down in the strike zone. It's 0-1 to David Fry. Pitch for the Marlins and the Reds earlier this season did Chris Paddock. His numbers are not very good. 0-7 with a .696. But Texas, having seen Jack Leiter hurt his ankle and likely not back until September, needed some help. This one is shallow left, Fry, and that's going to fall. Bad read. Osuna thought that was hit a lot harder, and his first step was back, and it landed in front of him, and Fry has the second hit of the night for the Guardians.
Yeah, it wasn't only that it was the first step, it was a big swing, and then he paused. You'll see in the top left here, the screen, and then he tried to hustle a little too late on that. But that first step, that's going to cost you in a big way.
And now the guy that Stephen Vogt has said, as he goes, we go. Stephen Kwan steps to the plate. And just 210 this season, has to get out of the way of that Paddock pitch.
See, in the open, when I was having a conversation with Travis Bazzana this afternoon, I thought that he was going to mention Stephen Kwan as one of the guys that would be a heck of a cricket player. He's got the stance already.
Yeah, swings and misses there. I mean, Vlad Guerrero Sr. is the obvious one, right?
You know, I went and had a conversation with the umpires today, and I asked them the question: cricket who would you draft first? And immediately, first person they said was Vladdy, Sr.
I mean, he hit balls off of the ground. Kwan just foul. There's a few others who were great bad ball hitters. I would think that if you put any type of bat, wooden object in Tony Gwynn's hands, he would have figured it out too.
He would have been great. I'll tell you this, who was it? Brian O'Nora, also, who is umpiring first base. He mentioned Lisa Rise.
Yep. Yeah. Ichiro would have been great.
Yes.
Inside. Boy, it is interesting when you look out at that defensive alignment that the Rangers have, how close Young actually is to Lopez. What do you think that's about 18 feet that separate them? I would think that you'd want Lopez more up towards second base as another one comes inside a cutter.
I actually would think that you would switch them out, put Lopez where Young is and Young where Lopez is, just because of the range factor of the shortstop.
Yeah.
Plus, Young's already in a shortstop position. Move one instead of two.
Full count, and it's Fry at first. He's off and running. That ball's up the middle, and it gets through, and Fry will head to third base as Carter will send it back in. Good piece of hitting by Stephen Kwan on a 3-2 pitch right back up the middle, and they have in the corners with one out.
Well, just think about this. The Guardians, who are in first place, they haven't really had this type of hitter all season long from Stephen Kwan. If they're able to get it, fastball right up, right down the middle, Kwan just hitting it right back where it came from. That's the ability that they've been able to have the entire time with Kwan at the top of the order. And now you do have some legitimate speed at first base. A team that's very aggressive in trying to take the extra 90 on stolen bases.
No doubt about it. 9 stolen bases for Kwan on the season. Gabriel Arias bats now. Paddock needs a ground ball double play to get him out of it. Cauley, the second baseman, shaded up the middle, so there's plenty of room on the right side of the infield, and ball 1 to Arias. Already a challenge for Chris Paddock, just into the game to start this second inning, as they will feature a bullpen type game tonight. Gets the call on the corner. Good pitch, good location.
Excellent pitch. Cutter. Not much that Arias could do with that. Arias, another player from Venezuela. It's been tough for all the major leaguers that are from Venezuela. I was having a conversation with a few people in the know, and they were telling me over 60,000 people that are still missing.
Yeah, those emotions have been seen on the faces, and that one just missed. It's close.
And just in case, I will not assume, missing from the double earthquake that Venezuela had on the 24th of June.
Major League Baseball involved in some relief help. Certainly teams are. There was a donation spot in the Guardians clubhouse that we saw. You'll see pictures of that later on. In fact, this is that image from earlier today. Donations to support, and you can see the diapers there and other items that the Venezuelan people badly are in need of. 2-2 to Arias, and that's a little blooper on the infield, and it's caught by Cauley out there, and that's a big out for Paddock.
It's a heck of a pitch, and it was a changeup just running into the hands.
Batting ninth for the Guardians, the catcher number 27, Austin Hedges.
Part of the problem for the Guardians and the Rangers, the ability to drive runners in when they are in scoring position. As a team, the Guardians in 26, 225 with runners in scoring position. But Austin Hedges steps up. His average with runners in scoring position is 152. The 9-hole hitter against Paddock. Quan fakes, ground ball third base. Young up with it on 2 hops and a low throw, but it is scooped out there by Jake Berger. The Guardians get a couple on and they will strand them both. Cameron Colley making his first career Major League Baseball plate appearance.
How about this play right here? Josh Young, you talk about a high level and concentration. Keep the ball down. Why? Because the sun. I think Jake Berger wasn't happy with that throw.
I think he was very pleased with it.
Very pleased. That's really good execution.
Former quarterback in high school in the great state of Texas, so he saw his receiver was down on the ground. Let's throw it down there, and he threw a strike over there as Colley looked at strike one, swings and pops this one up, and in his first major league at bat, he is going to pop out to Rhys Hoskins in foul ground. Parker Messick is not messing around when it comes to throwing strikes.
No, he's been on point. So he threw the first pitch of the game was ball 1 up in the zone. After that, it was 9 consecutive strikes in the first inning, 8 consecutive strikes in the second inning, and so far 2 in this inning.
Left-handed hitting Nicky Lopez.
There we go.
Is away. Yeah, he threw a ball in the first pitch to Eduardo's point, and then 94% strike rate through 2 innings tied him for the second best by any starter through 2 innings this year. That's better. Michael Wacha was 21 of 22 for strikes through 2 innings April 11th versus the White Sox. There are a number of challenges Messick presents, but hiding the baseball is certainly one of them. I mean, it comes out of nowhere.
And the other one is the tempo. Before you know it, he is ready to throw the ball. As soon as you address him, he's like, let's go. He throws it. 2 steps later, gets back on that rubber.
This one to Lopez. Eric Backus has it right on the corner. That's exactly where it was.
See, now the hitters have to ask for time. They're trying to slow it down, trying to slow his tempo down. That's part of the strategy that opposing teams try to do to mess with Parker.
That's going to be good for a hit. He went the other way, let that ball travel deep. And Nicky Lopez is aboard. First hit of the game for the Rangers with Gabriel Arias off the line there at third.
2-2 count. Pitch stays up and away, and Nicky's just able to just put the bat head on it, allow the ball to travel. This is a beautiful angle right here. All day long.
The 9-hole hitter is Evan Carter. Had such a spectacular debut a few years ago with the Rangers in the playoffs. You got to be careful of that. He can fly. Messick up, fires to first. They get the runner to second, but they're 2 down. As Carter's bunt attempt did not work. And we go back to the studio. Kevin Connors.
Batting from the Rangers, designated hitter Justin Foscue.
Yeah, the Red Sox coming off that sweep of the Yankees. Their pitching has given them, what, 11 straight quality starts. And you've seen all week, actually, that there's emotion, especially with Contreras and the Yankees and his Venezuelan roots.
Yeah, and his brother as well, too. Look, they grew up just 130 miles away from Caracas. And that area, La Guaira, their area as well, which is an oil town, as a shipping yard town, has really been hit. So their hearts are there with their family, friends, and countrymen of Venezuela.
Lopez leads off second. He's got Justin Foscue up with 2 down. Here it comes, and that's a little high. Messick never really seems to lose contact with his catcher. Walks back up the mound, keeps his eye on the prize, and then gets ready to fire, and he does here, and he jammed one there on Foscue.
Okay, so that pitch was up and in, fastball, would have been a strike. Foscue swinging at it. This is where Messick now bears down, and the pitch that he throws effectively now is the changeup down and away for a chase that might get the swing and miss or induce soft contact to the pull side.
That's going to be a balk, Eduardo. And everybody wearing the dark blue jerseys were all over it. Down to third base will go Nicky Lopez. Miscommunication.
Well, you saw right there that hesitation. He twitched right before he stepped off the rubber.
1-2. That's too high.
And because of the balk, that fastball up and in, they had to end up Austin Hedges changing it up and showing him another fastball up, most likely to go to the changeup. That's his bread and butter, and gets runners in scoring position.
If it's a changeup, you'll watch it sort of die away from the hitter. And no, he instead went back to the fastball, and it got him swing and missing 95 miles an hour.
That's impressive right there. Parker Messick's feeling that fastball. He's using it up in the zone. And by the way, we've got some defense here with ESPN.
Jared.
Atta baby.
Ago, I told Tyler that he was down in Toronto, and with the way our pitching was, and the bullpen usage right at the beginning of the game, I said, you're back up. You might be closing the game in emergency. Did it again the next day. He closed out both games, and then said he still wanted to open up for us here in Cleveland. So yeah, here we are 3 days later, 3 games, 2 saves, and an opener. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, really good.
And we know that you've used a lot of your bullpen. What can you expect out of Chris Paddock on the mound?
Yeah, he's got 70 to 80 pitches he can work with. The thing about Chris Paddock is he works really, really hard. And even though he was, at home, he was still, working his tail off just in case he got a job. And here he is. So, we're hoping for 70 or 80 pitches.
All right, Skip. Nice to see you again. Thanks for being with us.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Eddie's new best friend, Travis Bazzana, finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Does he go back to Australia in the offseason, did you ask?
Did not, but I would assume he has to go back home.
Right? This ball to center field. Carter just a few steps to his right. He's there to retire Travis Bazzana. They need length. They need the full 70 or 80 out of Paddock. Pitching is set up the next 2 days, but you look around the big leagues with all the updates we're getting tonight and some of the names that you don't hear, every team seems to be dealing with 1 or 2 significant injuries. As Rocchio steps in, he swings at the first one. That's a souvenir, and heads up to the dogs out there. Cover up. Young still on the line. Lopez way up the middle for Rocchio, and that is just a little bit high.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Texas Rangers and where they're going to get their consistent offense from. Wyatt Langford comes back to the lineup after spending some time on the IL.
Rocchio, another high fly, shallow right. Finish your point, Eddie.
And you need that offense, and Wyatt Langford was a huge part of their success when he came back. The OPS was up. He was getting on base. He was running really well. Now they lose him for most likely, if it's a few weeks. Where does that offense come from? Is it going to be Seager? Is it going to be Peterson? Is it going to be Nimmo?
And the MLB Journey to 30 sweepstake is presented by T-Mobile, the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30 ballparks. Enter at MLB.com/journey-to-30 sweeps. That is the ultimate goal, isn't it, for a true MLB fan? Get to all the yards. Off-speed pitch. Boy, that looked close, and there you go. You were wondering if Higashioka was going to appeal it, and we have an ABS challenge. It is powered by T-Mobile. Called a ball.
It's a strike.
Now, Eric Backus declaring it's a strike. The call was overturned. They'll retain their challenges, and it's 0-2. Over his career, Paddock's been terrific at limiting walks. And that is in and out of the glove of Higashioka. .206 walks per nine, at the lowest mark in baseball since 2019. And of course 190 per nine when he was with the Padres, fourth best in the National League. Other guys on that list you would figure Hendricks, Clayton Kershaw, and Jacob deGrom. Good company to keep.
Really good company to keep.
Weird existence, isn't it, for Paddock? Like you just heard Skip say, yeah, he was at home, he was working his butt off, he didn't have a job. Here you are, sort of in a sense, starting a Major League Baseball game.
And this guy was the dude coming up with
Yes.
the San Diego Padres. I mean,
Part of a really good staff. But he was the headliner.
he was.
Working ahead 1-2. And that's a pop-up by DeLauder. Heading out is Lopez, backpedaling, and he is called off of it by Osuna, who makes the play in left field. Looking for some offense. 4 hits as we are through 3. As Carl Ravitch. So it looks like Parker Messick has some real good pace. You, of course, were a catcher. Is there a correlation between pace and success for pitchers?
I think it's individualized, but I think for Parker, the way he pushes the pace, he gets back on the mound, attacks the strike zone. It never lets hitters really settle in, and they can get in. He and Hedgie can get into a good rhythm, but that's the way he does it.
Saw Jose Ramirez today running the bases, trying to stay as sharp as he can, throwing and everything. What's the latest on him?
Yeah, I mean, he's healing. Obviously had the hamate surgery a few weeks ago, but he's progressing. He's saying he's feeling really good. It's just good to see him moving around doing baseball activity.
All right, survive in advance. Thanks very much, Voter.
I appreciate it, guys.
It. Stephen Vogt, the manager of the Cleveland Guardians, once again finds himself in that position of being, and I think, Eddie, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of folks looked at this division this year and said, Kansas City, AL Central. Young on a line. This got a chance to be extra bases. He will head to second base. He'll get there standing up as he turned that Messick inside changeup around.
I'll tell you this. I said Detroit.
You said Detroit.
I said Detroit early on, and I think those were the conversations, Kansas City, Detroit. But watch where this pitch is located. Stays on the inside part, and that's not where Parker wanted it. Stays up in the zone, and Josh is able to keep the hands in and keep it fair.
So Young now with a leadoff double and a real chance for the Rangers to scratch the first run across. Ezekiel Duran, the 3-hole hitter, grounded out to short his first time up. This is where, of course, the injuries to a Seager and a Nimmo hurt this team. High, good catch behind the plate by Hedges.
And also the opportunities. Ezekiel Duran's been around for quite some time here with the Texas Rangers. Hitting 270 with 6 home runs. He's got really sneaky pop.
He takes there. Good take, too. Texas has really made hay this season when they score first, and they have not had much, if any, success when they don't. That's Young leading off second after a double. Swing and a miss from Duran. How about that inning? 32-10 score first, 10-32 when they allow the first run. So you go from the second best to the third worst.
They know how to keep a lead. One of the big reasons why, when they do score first, they're pitching that led Major League Baseball last year in ERA. and did not make the postseason.
Duran 344 runners in scoring position, and that one is on the ground to second. Nearly stumbling out there was Bazzana, but he holds his feet, and down to third base will go Young. Nice job by Duran to get the runner to third base with less than 2 outs.
Excellent job, especially with the 2-2 count. Being able to stay inside of it, that'll get him a lot of high fives in that dugout. The spin on this ball almost crossed up a little bit of Bazzana going after it. Infield will come in now.
Here's a chance for Berger with a team high 50 runs batted in. A slow roller coming hard from third is Young. He's going to score easily. Flipping over there to first. Nice play by Gabriel Arias. He will get Berger, but there's a lot going on right in front of him. He sees the runner going home, and he made a strong throw.
High baseball IQ. You know you don't have the play at first at home. So right here, you usually see the third baseman go do or die. He decides to catch it with the glove, secure it, because he understands well the scouting report that Berger cannot get down the line quickly. Sutter steps, times it perfectly, and then shows off the accurate arm from short third.
Even with the infield in, a slowly hit high chopper to third that Arias made a really good play on, but it's 1-0 now in favor of Texas. Will they go to 33-10 when scoring first? Higashioka swings, pops this one up. Going back is Hoskins. He looks up, and he's there to make the play. But the leadoff double from Josh Young comes in on a ground ball to the infield. 1-0 Rangers. You're watching ESPN Baseball. It is presented tonight by Liberty Mutual Insurance. We are in Cleveland, Ohio. Temperatures in the 80s, shades on. Reds and Brewers is our game on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. You can see it live on ESPN and stream it. Major League Baseball on the ESPN app.
Do you really think that dog appreciated the hearts, the shades?
I think,
so?
yeah, I think dogs have feelings too, and it was sunny. I mean, you've been asking for shades all night.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
It's easier to see the baseball. Dogs don't go to the ballpark just to sit and be fed. They come to watch. Look. Call that locked in. Now, if food happens to be presented, we can divert our attention. But it is toasty. Four-seamer runs a little high, but we've got some panting going on, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
That looks like me right now.
The guy, got the poor guy above him. Can we think about getting out of here? Finding some shade? It's another one on the corner. Higashioka, who's been successful with one ABS challenge, has had a few here. And he has not chosen to do that. That is 2-2.
Rhys Hoskins, 2 check swings already. It seems like he's looking for something to be able to clear the hips out.
He may have had one of the more famous bat spikes of anybody in the history of Major League Baseball, Rhys Hoskins.
100%, you're right. I think every Philly fan really did enjoy it.
Oof. An emphatic Rob Gronkowski type slam of the bat after a major homer. 3-2. That's hit hard, and it's going to get down into left field. One place you can't go against Rhys Hoskins is up. He delivers, and maybe an answer now for the Guardians, down 1-0 with a leadoff single from Rhys.
And it's always good when you're playing against a lot of lefties to be able to see a righty here and there and then be able to barrel it up. Saw a little bit of everything. Saw the cutter, the fastball, the changeup, and here the sinker that stays up. And just as it went out to the outfield, it sounded great coming off the bat.
And this is a former first-round pick, 16th overall. Watson first pitch swinging, and that one took a bad hop, and it got by Cauley. He stood waiting for it, and he got an in-betweener, and it went off of him and into shallow right. So instead of maybe a double play, but certainly one out, they get none.
Yeah, a little flat-footed on it, and you wanted to take a bigger jab step back. took a shorter jab step to it. This high home angle show it clearly. Sometimes you're caught in between. Should I go to second? Should I go to first? And next thing you know, that second hop just eats you up.
Sometimes the only light when the moon's tucked away.
2 on, nobody out. David Fry singled his first time up. The Guardians look to get themselves on the board after giving up 1 to the Rangers. He squares, oh boy, pops it up, and an easy one for Higashioka. A familiar position for Fry to try to get one down, but the lost art of bunting, and it comes back to Hunnam.
And I'm wondering if he did this one on his own. They're down 1-0, first and second right here. Fry squares. He never moves his feet towards the pitcher to open it up and give himself a better opportunity. He wants to bunt this ball to third. Instead, he jabbed at it. Bat head went down, and that's exactly what happens when the bat head drops.
He did not have a sacrifice hit this season, and now it is up to Stephen Kwan. Problem for Kwan this season, he has been swinging at fewer balls in the zone than anybody in baseball. Swung there, and it's 0-2. Bat speed down a couple of miles an hour. Hard hit rate is low again.
Yeah, but he's not the type of guy that when he hits the ball hard in the air, that's not his game.
Played 2022, 2023. It's been aberrationally off as far as the numbers go for Kwan. I've got to double up. Good speed. Did you ever go through a period where every time you hit the ball, it sounded sort of softer than what you're used to doing? I mean, how does a hard hit rate drop for a player?
Like a Monday newspaper.
Marshmallow, yeah.
I think it's when you're off balance more than anything.
And this could be 2. Paddock fires, and Lopez will return the favor, and a difficult got it done.
More than anything.
And this could be 2. Paddock fires, and Lopez will return the favor, and a difficult guy to double up, but Paddock was there, and we go 1-6-3 to end the inning. And after getting the first 2 men on, they come up empty.
That's a heck of a 1-6-3 as well, and Nicky Lopez making this happen. The exchange elite. It's one of the reasons he sticks in the big leagues.
And you remember the seesaw nature of baseball 2023, the Rangers and Bochy, they were World Series champs. Austin Hedges was actually on that team. And of course, the Guardians missed the postseason. 24, Ryan Langford and company missed the postseason. And then it was the Guardians that are starting to get into the playoffs. And one more frustrating year last season for Texas, and a AL Central title after coming from far behind the Guardians to claim that crown. This year wide open for Stephen Vogt and for Skip Schumacher and anybody managing a team in the American League. As Messick gets the call in the bottom of the zone. What do you make of the AL?
Oh man, a lot of underperformance, right? I still believe that the Yankees are the elite team. Yes, they're going through some injuries right now.
This ball popped up center field. Rocchio still going up, backing, and he's the only one that's going to get there. Nice play and good hustle by Rocchio.
But you have Yordan Alvarez, who's having a phenomenal season, trying to keep the Astros in it. They're a couple games under 500. And then you look at what Junior Caminero has been able to do the last week. It's been really, really
scary.
Just scary.
Yeah. I can help with the words like that. Scary.
Hit ball 463
feet?
plus 3 feet.
Yeah.
And he hits it straight away most of the time. It's 22 years young.
You're pulling for this guy, Cameron Colley, who has flown out in his first Major League plate appearance. And here's a ground ball. He's hustling. Fielded quickly, and Rocchio fires across, and he gets Colley. He also had made an error in the game, and now 0 for 2. Yeah, to sort of give context to how in the American League there are 4 teams that began the night with records over 500, and it was 9-10 in the National League. The National League against the American League this year, 213 wins, 172 losses. That's a .553 win percentage. It was .490 last year. Yeah, and until a team like the Yankees get healthy, you talk to these managers of both teams, they will point to New York, they'll point to Tampa Bay. And there are other factors that are going to go into how teams approach the trade deadline. One of them being the CBA and investing in players when there is a possibility, likelihood of a lockout on the ground to second, and that time Bazana stays down on it. And Messick gets another one of those sub-10 pitch innings, only 8 there. We're going bottom 5 in Cleveland with 8-9-1 due up.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS,
We're back here, and the most popular player of the Guardians, of course, is Jose Ramirez. Has been the face of the franchise for years. And with or without him, it's a problem. With him, they're great. 6 games over. You see the runs per game is sitting there at 4. Without him, they drop precipitously. Placed on the IL on June 14th. Broken hamate bone, left hand. And on the road to recovery. That ball is smoked to left field off the bat of Arias. It ain't coming back. Big time fly for Gabriel Arias, his 3rd of the year. And speaking of replacing Jose Ramirez, there's an example of it. It's tied at 1.
How about Arias? First pitch, curveball, 76 miles per hour. Top left will tell you the rest of the story. Did not miss it, and as soon as he hit it, he knew it. There's a thing that's called hang him and bang him, and that's exactly what happened here. Get me over, he sees it top to bottom, barrels it. That's what it looks like, folks. Great angle.
107+ miles an hour off the bat. The 8th hitter in the lineup ties it at 1. And Paddock's first pitch to the next guy, Austin Hedges, in there for a strike. And they need production. They need power from different parts of this order. That's the first one since early April.
And that's see it hit it, because Arias faced Paddock in the 2nd inning. And he saw cutters, he saw sinkers, he saw 4-seamers and changeups, but he did not see the curveball.
He was all over that one. So the Guardians have tied the game up after a missed opportunity in the 4th when they had the first 2 on and nobody out. 0-2 to Hedges. Swung on, popped up. This is playable. They point Higashioka towards it, and he is unable to go through the netting and make the play.
I thought my GPS was wrong. I was like, that is playable? But again, I was panicking. Any pop-up.
You didn't like pop-ups very much?
No, not at all.
What bothered you most about them?
The lack of depth perception. Not being able to really pick it up and understand where it was going.
Another 0-2 to Hedges. That ball is swung on, hit hard to the line and left. It bangs off the 19-foot wall out there in left field, and the brakes are applied. And heading back to first is Austin Hedges. Back-to-back hard hit balls by the Guardians as we go wall ball.
And a nice piece of hitting by Hedges. Smart base running as well. You hit it hard, know thyself. As Sandy Alomar just having a conversation saying that's what us catchers do. Station to station. Clears the hips, barrels it. Osuna, give him a lot of credit, playing it really well off the inclined wall there, coming right back at him.
Well, you wonder about Paddock again. He could work his butt off when he's not on a major league roster, and how many quality innings can he give him? Schumacher said 70 to 80 pitches. We're at 51 now, and a couple of hard hit balls to start the fifth. Back to Bazzana, 0 for 2. Ground ball, and Hedges jumps over it. He probably had a play at second base, but instead Colley would go to first and get the sure thing with Bazzana. We were talking about Jose Ramirez before Arias interrupted us with a long ball. This was Jose earlier, and you can see he's not catching the baseball. That's the hand the hamate bone is in that has been repaired. He didn't swing a bat, he carried a bat. He did some base running as well.
Yeah, and this is what leading by example is as a player. He does it all with the bat. He does it on the bases, runs hard on every ground ball he hits. And it's exactly what the Cleveland Guardians love about him.
Rocchio with an RBI opportunity. Instead, he puts it up in the air to Osuna in left, and an easy out there. So standing there at second base is Austin Hedges. Did you think Colley had a play at second base? I mean, Hedges had to jump over the ball. He's not a very quick runner.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it. He was going hard to his left, and he two-handed it. If he would have tried to then turn to go to second, he throws it away. Just get the out. Keep Hedges at second base and focused on Rocchio.
DeLauder was off balance. It's 0-1.
Yeah, as soon as the ball's hit, he's going to his left right here, and that's where you're like, okay, he's got to make a decision. Jumps over. He can go to second, turn it, but the momentum, he had to take 3 other steps before he could set his feet. I'd rather him just get the shore out.
Home run power in this bat to Lauder, but he is off balance again. No swing, so it'll go 1 ball, 1 strike. Remember, 5 homers through his first 7 regular season games, which was second most in baseball history. That is roped. Fair ball. Absolutely torched down the line and right. That will bring in Hedges. It's a DeLauder double, and the Guardians are on top 2-1.
My goodness. That ball was absolutely crushed. 110.7 in. Keeping it fair. He had a great angle to it. He's like, okay, I better run. For all those Guardian fans wearing number 24. Greatness used to wear it here. Boom. Quick hands, strong hands, clearing the hips.
And now Hoskins, and oof, that one was not even close. Now, given Hedges' speed, again, you kind of go back to that play. Is he scoring on that ball from first base?
It's a great question if he is or he isn't. This is the thing. If there is, it wouldn't be him because they would have then forced him out at second. And Bazzana would have scored.
Call the ball, the catcher's challenging.
ABS challenge.
Hit the strike.
I am into Eric Backus, who is just not interested in anything other than what the call is. We're not going to address the call was overturned. It's just declarative. It's a strike. I called it a ball. It's a strike. We're moving on.
I'll tell you this. We have now, we can measure because of StatCast. We can measure how much pitchers have swing and miss by with their stuff. knowing Miller is the best. I think we should have also a measurement for umpires. Once they get it right out of the zone or wrong one way or another. Because just to say it's a strike or it's a ball, I think sometimes it's unfair to the job that they're doing behind the plate when it does get overturned.
I would imagine that's somewhere in the vault of information that's not necessarily shared publicly. 2-2. Hoskins will not chase. Paddock's pitch count is now into the 60s. Last time up, a single by Hoskins on a pitch that was up in the zone. He's got 29 RBI, and he chases badly down and away. Paddock picks up the punch out, but he got hit pretty hard in that inning. We saw a DeLauder ringing double, a Hedges single, and the long ball by the long-haired Gabriel Arias. Pitch and ditch. Home run time, his third of the year. It's 2-1 Guardians.
Vote.
Deep breath for Parker Messick on the mound, and how will he deal with the lead now? He'll get Evan Carter, the 9-hole hitter, and he pours in a pitch for a strike. Swings and misses down a little bit tonight for Messick, but he's getting a whole bunch of ground balls. He's got 8 ground outs. Season high is 9. Career high is 10.
And he's attacking the zone, getting ahead of the hitters. Hitters are more aggressive early because they know that he's going to be around the plate.
Carter, top of the order, Foscue. And that's a high chopper that is no one's land right there. It goes right over the head of the first baseman, Hoskins. That's going to be a single for Carter and a threat to run.
Food in the oven but don't want to miss a pitch? Just tell Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Well, the triple threat of Carter is his ability to run, his ability to hit for power. We certainly remember what he did in that postseason when he first appeared. He does not go here with that lefty Messick, and that first pitch to Foscue misses 1-0.
It's the 12th pitch Foscue's seen from Messick already. He's seen every pitch he throws in the arsenal. Advantage goes to Foscue here.
Grounded out to second, struck out his second time up. Takes one, and that is on the corner, and he's nibbled on those corners with a curveball to even it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Foscue pops it up on the infield. Drifting into foul territory is Hoskins, and an empty at bat for Justin Foscue, who is 0 for 3 at the top of the Texas order.
Excellent pitch, forcing Foscue to swing. Not being able to get his arms extended. Now he's got to deal with Josh Young. Seen 4 pitches so far. Last at bat was a double on a changeup he was able to pull and keep fair.
That double was his 20th of the year. Eddie, he ties Nimmo for the team lead, which is tied for second most in the American League, behind Ernie Clement of the Blue Jays with 21.
Type of pitch when you have a 1-0 count. Good time to throw that 2-seamer to try to get a hard hit grounder to see if you let your defense work. That was it right there, except a little bit outside. 93 mile per hour.
Be interesting to hear Messick and his sort of review of his performance tonight. He's only got 5 swings and misses now. He's averaged over 12 a game entering today. And that one's going to be a little blooper into right. That's down. Carter thinks about it, stops, and it's bobbled out there by Watson, but he cannot advance. Got a little threat going here with 2 on. We go back to the studio for a quick update on the Yankees.
Yeah, guys, off that brutal weekend in Boston, the Yankees are taking their lumps against the Tigers tonight, literally. Tim, keep an eye on Jazz Chisholm going back and Jason Dominguez coming in.
Right. This is the outfielder's ball, even though we're extremely close to the infield there. That's just bad communication between a young outfielder and a veteran infielder.
A microcosm of things, Ravi. It's 7-0.
Yeah, that's been a nightmare, and they can ill afford any more injuries without Judge and Stanton and Grisham. That was an elbow right to the head of Jazz Chisholm, who was thrown out of the game last night. A rough 24 hours for Jazz, and a lost weekend against the Red Sox. Duran swing and a miss. That one was by him, and there is that swing and miss potential for Messick.
Yeah, up in the zone. Now he needs that put-away pitch, 0-2.
Sure was a good play by Hedges behind the plate.
How about the combination right here of the 2 young players, Bazana, and at the same time, you get Khalil Watson in the outfield. Base hit to right field. Khalil Watson busted, and he is moving quick. He is charging the ball. Carter sees it. And that's one of the big reasons he stops, but also Bazana at second base. Faking right there.
Gone is Duran. That's a very big strikeout on a changeup away from Messick as he picks up his first punch out since the 3rd.
Speeds him up with the fastball, then throws that right there. You see the ball tumbling the other way. Doesn't appear from that angle it moves, but from this angle right here, it just tails and runs away on the swing. You're way ahead of it.
Big spot in the game for Jake Berger against Messick. 2 on, 2 down. He goes to center field. That's going to get down. And Berger, first pitch swinging, has delivered the tying run for the Rangers. Berger's 51st RBI.
2 out hitting. Over 100 miles per hour, add 4.4 to that one. Now this game is tied again. Berger from the cleanup spot doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Fastball, dead center, hitting it right back to center.
Jake Berger delivers. Now Higashioka with Young now at third base. The go-ahead run. They play Bazana right up the middle, and Higashioka swings and fouls it off at the plate. Big time clutch hit from Jake Berger, who was 0 for 3 on Sunday. But having a good trip, 6 for 19 coming into the game. He's now reached safely in 15 straight. Got to be frustrating for Messick after being given the lead and having 2 outs.
Yeah, it's the reality also. 3rd time around the order, big league hitters make the adjustment. They see what the action of the fastball looks like. And you don't miss it.
Higashioka pops it up. Coming in. And under it is Arias, and he is there to make the play. But they do get 1 back. An RBI from the Berger. Jake Berger. We are tied.
In cricket, they'd call me a hack, which is like a big hitter that swings for the fences, because, yeah, I'd show up and kind of make a baseball swing, and kids would be like, oh, he doesn't know how to play cricket, you know? So I was more the slugger, a little less technical than some of the other kids.
All right, so you gave us a new word, hack. What's a ghoulie?
A ghoulie. It's like, so a spin bowler is someone that like essentially is throwing a curveball. It's like a backhanded curving ball. Yeah.
What's a 6?
A 6 is our equivalent of a home run in cricket. So when the ball goes over the boundary, which is 360 around the middle of the field, that's 6 runs, which is like our home run.
Yorker.
Yorker. A ball that's like purposely at your toes.
Silly mid-off.
Silly mid-off. Silly mid-off would be like you're standing 2 yards from me, and you're fielding with no glove on, and I can basically hit it right at you. But you're there for like a soft little pop-up. So like, it's like an extra catcher off to the side, but it's dangerous. You're like standing there and I'm swinging.
Oh, he speaks a lot prettier than I do, doesn't he?
Every Australian. That's why a lot of people use that for their Waze directions and the Google Maps. Yeah, they like that. Daniel Schneeman's moved into the on-deck circle as Watson looks at one close, and he takes it. It's an important part of the Guardians' future here at the plate, and that's another important part. Bazzana and Khalil Watson. Had a breakout weekend against the White Sox. That's going to help too as he goes the other way. A little backside single to get the inning going, and the offenses have shown up as that ball comes all the way into the infield and is picked up by Paddock. For an organization starved, Eddie, to develop a hitter, especially a power hitter, getting Watson on this team, traded a couple years ago for Josh Bell. They hope that he can become a middle-of-the-order type producer.
Well, you look at the players that they've produced, right? From Stephen Kwan, who is their everyday and star left fielder. You get the Lauder.
Yep.
To start the season off with 0 major league service time. Yes, he had played in the postseason. Bazzana, Cooper Ingle as well. This is the future, and this is the way that they continue to develop guys from within. And when they do get trades, they make sure that they're ready to play Cleveland Guardians style baseball, which is aggressive, and it's led by Jose Ramirez, who continues to run the bases hard. This is their standard. And they've done a fantastic job of continuing to develop that standard.
Well, with Schneeman coming up, Schumacher is going to go to the bullpen. It looks like it's going to be Robbie Ahlstrom who is going to come in. Paddock threw 68 pitches. He will leave responsible for the runner on first. It's 2-2, and we're back to Cleveland after this. All right, Eduardo Perez. So how do we grade what Paddock did? Obviously, he just signed the contract today. He's pushed into action.
I think excellent. You look at the job of being able to go out there 4 innings, 7 hits, allow 2 runs, didn't walk anyone. It's not about the swing and miss with him. It's give me some innings, stretch it out. And just like Kumar Rocker did yesterday, 6 innings of work, he gives you 4.
All right, so Schneeman bats lefty against left. And a little bit of a reverse split guy is Schneeman. He hits lefties a little bit better than he does righties as you take a look at the numbers from Ahlstrom. He's pitched in 4, now 5 of the 8 games on this trip, so he has been used a lot. And that's a swing and a foul ball.
And before the games, they look at the lanes, and this is the lane that they wanted Ahlstrom in. As soon as Schneeman comes in for Fry, it's not only him, but you also have to deal with Kwan, who is on deck. Another left-handed bat.
He hits about 50 points higher, Schneeman, against lefties than he does righties. Pitch outside. Four-seam fastball. Yeah, the 2 higher leverage guys, Latz and Junis, are available for the Rangers tonight. Santos may be the next guy in if Ahlstrom can get through this inning. The 1-2 to Schneeman. And he hooks it to the first baseman, who will throw quickly, and they got a chance for 2. And he got the bag with his back foot. Welcome into the game, Bobby Ahlstrom with a terrific play over there at first base.
That is a very difficult play. And Jake Berger just giving him a nice pat on the chest with it. He's got to hustle there. He does. He doesn't hesitate. Berger does his job. And then Nicky Lopez has to play quarterback. Just throw it over the bag and pray that Ahlstrom makes the play, and he does. I think he kept that right foot on the bag.
He had it on the bag, and you're right. That's going to be the question as this is now being reviewed. Did he hold the bag with his right foot?
Thank you.
His legs got all kind of tangled up here.
What's that? It's on it right now. From this angle, tough to see. Can't really overturn it from that angle.
And is it?
Oh, that's the angle right there. It's on.
It's.
Oh, man. Oh. I think this might stand. This one's tough. Now, New York has a way that they can zoom in a little bit more.
There is the replay review room. You're kind of looking bottom right of your screen, the two different looks at it. And this is definitely a question about being on the bag because the ball did beat him.
Yeah, the
At
ball
review,
did.
the call's been overturned. The runner is safe. Cleveland retains the challenge.
He had the bag, and Ulstrom just couldn't hold the bag.
Well, fundamentally sound all around. Got those feet tangled up.
So instead of 2 outs, just 1 out. Schneemann with good speed is at first base. Here is Kwon. That one gets away, and that's going to allow Schneemann to get in a scoring position. He is the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, that's the one that Higashioka wants back. Solid defender. Now you take away the force play. Little short hop action. It's the only thing you can do with it.
Yeah, frustrating to be behind 2-0 to Kwon, who this season is hitting just a .160 against lefties.
An outfield playing shallow and shaded towards left.
He's been hot lately. Can he deliver here? 2-0. 2-1. And he's going to appeal that, an ABS
Call
challenge.
the strike, the batter's challenging.
He read his lips. He said, that's high. Got to be high. He is right about that. The count goes to 3-0.
I can really see Maxwell Smart on the screen, on the vision board, coming out and just saying, missed it by that much every time they get it right.
I think we can be pretty creative with reactions to the calls that are challenged. 3-1 pitch. Kwon swings at it, sends this one to left field. Osuna is there. 3-1, and Stephen Kwon flies out to left. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com, from official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. We got the season covered for you. We got you covered. Scan the QR code or visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear. That's been a issue there for Kwon, Eddie, and that's got to be something that he continues to work on and has more success. 3-1 pitch.
I'm okay that he swings 3-1, but I need him to drive that ball. The weak fly ball to left field is the one that really bothers here. And this is one where Austin Hedges just might take it a little personal. He understands it. He's a baseball man, but you try to pump yourself up a little bit with the walk here to Arias after he had hit a first pitch breaking ball for a home run in the last inning.
Arias hasn't had many chances with runners in scoring position. To your point, the home run was a blast. Hedges is just a .152 runners in scoring position. 5 hits, 33 at-bats.
But feeling good after the last at-bat. A double?
Yep.
On an 0-2 pitch.
The edges on Hedges. Nearly got him. Trying to get this crowd and the dogs involved as well. Khalil Watson is off second base. He'd be the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th. We've seen all 4 runs scored in the last 2 innings, and that is off the corner and down. Schneemann out there at second base, should say. And just fouled on the third base side. Then Schneemann pinch hit for Fry, and he was awarded first base after that call was overturned. Hedges singled this last time up on a ball that went hard off the wall. Swung on the ground to third. Young thought about just going to third, then tagging the runner and said, I got a lot of time here. I can do multiple things. I'm just going to throw to first and get
options.
Got options.
Quarterback.
This is the story of the one who knows that
ESPN's baseball, presented by Liberty Mutual, is brought to you by Monopoly Go. And the dogs have been brought to the park tonight and enjoying a close one. The sun has set, so the temperature is cooling off a little bit. As we begin with Alejandro Osuna. Messick still on the mound in the 7th inning. He starts him off with a strike. Guardians are 1 for 9 runners from scoring position today. And it's been a struggle bus all year for them. That ball is put in the hole, backhanded. Rocchio got a nice play, and out is the call at first base.
Yeah, it's a show that they put on in the infield here in Cleveland, and Rocchio has done the job defensively. He goes to his right, the transfer smooth. Makes a perfect throw to Reese at first.
Just he looks first blush a little bit like Alex Cora out there in the infield, doesn't he?
He does.
Cameron Cawley. And that's going to be his first major league hit. Goes the other way with it, takes an aggressive turn, heads to second base. He's not stopping. Third base, Cawley, triple. We got a good look at the speed, and that has to feel good after an 0 for 2 and an effort part of your night. A triple for Cawley, and his first big league hit gets the family to their feet, and that is a special feeling.
Fill that column up, and he does it, allows the ball to travel, and right then and there he shows his skills and his speed as well. Got there in a hurry.
The Guardians will bring their infield in for Cawley, his first career hit.
Got to watch here now for the safety squeeze, even with the infield in, left on left.
Lopez thinks it, and they throw behind Cawley, and he's safe. Close play. And Arias looked into his dugout, wondering if they should appeal this one.
Yeah, your first instinct as a base runner, and Cawley did everything right. You come in on the inside, but right here, if he goes in standing up, that ball hits him in the back. He goes in head first, easy play for Arias to make. That was close.
As Diaz down there at third was all over it. We'll see if Lopez behind 0-1 offers to bunt again.
And it's a really interesting play because if Arias gets too aggressive at third base, Cawley then can actually be more aggressive with his lead at third as well. So Arias has to stay back and force Cawley not to get a good jump.
swinging there. He fouled it straight back.
It's a good chance. It's a good opportunity now to put it back on. 2-1.
You like that?
Got a guy that understands how to be able to get the bunt down as well.
1-2. First pitch was a strike.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd seen 2-1 originally.
Colin Holderman is warming up in the Cleveland pen. Messick's at 74 pitches.
He's looking for the strikeout here.
He will not get it. An RBI there for Nicky Lopez in the bottom of the order. Have given the Rangers a 3-2 lead. Cameron Cawley, not only with his first major league hit, his first major league run, and Texas is on top.
Yeah, he started it off with 1 out, gets to third base, forces the infield in, and Nicky Lopez now gets his second hit of the game, first RBI, beautifully done. Right back up the middle. Not afraid of getting jammed. Good pitch, better hitting.
See Brandon Nimmo there. Yeah, Mom, Dad, you should see that. Cawley showed off some of that speed they're very familiar with, I'm sure.
Who do you think he got the speed from, Mom or Dad? I'm betting on Mom here.
Why would you sort of conclude that?
Dad's got big wrists.
No, that's the way to turn your night around, isn't it, for Cawley?
Oh, absolutely.
So the Crack ESPN Stats and Information Group triple in your Major League debut in Rangers history. Cawley joins Hanser Alberto, Jeff Fry, and Pete O'Brien, the only 3 to do it. Once again, it's been the bottom of the order for the Rangers tonight. That one is in there to Carter. 7, 8, 9 hitters, 4 for 7. The rest of the lineup, 3 for 18. It's the beauty of baseball. You look at a depleted Ranger lineup. There's no Seager, there's no Nimmo, and here they are against the ace of the Cleveland Guardians and leading 3-2 in the 7th inning.
How about the speed right here? Breaking pitch, allows the ball to get deep, and then puts it on, and right there he decides he doesn't have to look at third base at all. He knew already before he even got to second base 4 steps in that was going to be a triple. Filling in the hardest column to fill.
No doubt. He had 8 homers and 29 stolen bases, 29 attempts in the minors before getting the big call up here. Carter swing and a miss, 95. He's gone. And a big strikeout there for Messick. All right, so Mom's got the phone there. Dad watching, and the go. How good is that? So good.
Think about the parents, every parent taking their kids, driving them across the country, all the showcases, all the time, all the efforts, all the sacrifices to all the parents. Pretty darn cool.
Now they're realizing that, oh my gosh, we're actually on TV a lot, aren't we? Foscue, a 1-hopper, and that one got by Arias. He misplayed it. And this one is in the corner, rounding and coming in. And sliding safely. Great hustle around the bases that time by Nicky Lopez to make it 4-2. And that was played poorly by the Guardians. First with Arias, and then Kwan's inability to get it and get it in.
Yeah, it was a changeup coming in, and it was a changeup coming off the bat. It was 88 miles per hour off the bat. Arias thought it was going to be harder. And instead of just staying on his feet and backhanding it easily, he slides thinking it's going to be a little bit hard. It's not. and the speed of Nicky Lopez scoring all the way from first with 2 out.
Great slide, great slide. Different ball game and a new pitcher coming in for the Guardians, down 4-2.
They were not waiting around.
Colin Holderman now on, trying to keep it here at 4-2. Josh Young looks at one there. You're right about Gabriel Arias playing that ball at third base. It looked like he thought that was hit much harder. And the impact that Lopez has had on this game has been solid for the Rangers. Breaking ball misses away.
It's Holderman. It's a lot of soft contact against him. Gets a lot of swings and misses as well.
Like that.
Not only that, when he has 2 strikes, this is where he bears down, and he really loves to go after the strikeout.
That looked like it was right down the middle, and it was. Young frozen solid, but the Rangers get the triple from Colley. Lopez delivers the RBI. It was his speed on that Foscue hit that gave them a 4-2 advantage.
You always think you have more time. That I did with my mom. Made me realize my family need me covered. Ethos made getting life insurance easy. Get covered in minutes and 100% online.
Check your price today at ethos.com.
The first day back from maternity leave is so weird. We get it. Find a caregiver who does too. When it's not you, it's care.com.
Back with Eduardo Perez, Carl Ravitch. You're watching ESPN Baseball. It is presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Monday night here in Cleveland, and the Rangers with 4 runs, all from the 4th inning on, have got Messick out of the game. They got the lead. They go to their bullpen, and they got their high leverage guys available now. And the first one in is Jacob Junis. His first pitch lands for a strike, and he will get the top of the Guardians order. Junis had been very good. He was on the mound for all 4 Jays runs on Friday. That one is a foul ball, barely.
That was a lot closer than what people think. Even Bazana's looking over Brian Honora saying, wait a second. Finds himself 0-2 right here. Honora right on the line. Yep, and he was right.
A little low. Messick, by the way, allowed 8 hits, the most that he has allowed in the game this year. Two balls, 2 strikes to Bazana. Get an update on the Chicago White Sox in a minute. Off-speed pitch got him out in front.
I love it because it all depends on the hitter. You look at the scouting report from Jacob Junis, and the first thing it says is he attacks leadoff hitters and he rarely gets into deep counts. Well, Bazana doesn't care about that. 2-2. Making him pitch right here, making him work. Leadoff hitter in the 7th.
The hack swings and misses, and he is gone. Strikeout for Junis. Back to the studio in KC.
Rabbi, the Guardians started the night tie with the White Sox atop the Central. Tim, this is Colson Montgomery untying things in Baltimore.
Right. This is his 151st game in the major leagues. He's got 102 RBIs now. He's got 41 homers. The turnaround by the White Sox, this guy's right in the middle of it.
Sam Antonacci scores. It's 4-2 Chicago.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Good to hear the voice of our good buddy Tim Kirkshin there in the studio. And little vindication for the White Sox organization after being bludgeoned the way that they've handled things. That one is by the dive of Colley. Rocchio is aboard, his second hit of the night. And you know that ESPN is the home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout other restrictions will apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV. Now DeLauder, who doubled and drove in a run his last time up, sitting on 7 home runs. Junis fires strike 1. In Omaha, country roads for West Virginia became sort of the Sweet Caroline that you hear at every ballpark in the major leagues. Going off, and there's no chance to get him. Rocchio stole that base on Junis. He is into second base.
And that's the aggressiveness of the Guardians. That's their style of play. They need to continue to force the defense to make plays. And if Junis is going to be slow to the plate, Sandy Alomar, who's with that stopwatch at first base, is going to send his runners to try to get 90 feet closer.
The left-handed hitting Kyle Manzardo on deck. DeLauder does it again. That one into right field. Rocchio is being held up there at third as that throw comes strongly in from Ezekiel Duran. But in business here against Junis. Back-to-back hits by Rocchio and DeLauder, and a stolen base, half of them at first and third.
How about DeLauder? Last time up, hit 110 miles per hour. This one just absolutely crushed it as well. 107.4 miles per hour. It gets there in such a hurry that Rocchio has to stop at third.
Unique follow-throughs on the last 2 swings from DeLauder, who has acknowledged it's a unique swing that he's got.
Yeah, but it's quick and it's strong. It's tight to the body.
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
So a spot of trouble here for Jacob Junis, and now Manzardo will get a chance to face off against him.
Watch the balance here. Consistent, just tight.
So the 2-3 hitters tonight, both Rocchio and DeLauder, each with 2 hits, and Rhys Hoskins being pinch hit for with Kyle Manzardo, the left-handed hitter. He's got 9 homers, 27 RBIs, hitting .230. Has struggled like the team with runners in scoring position. Sub .200 average and a .222 average against right-handed pitching. That one goes way past the catcher in an easy run. A gift from the Rangers. Rocchio and his speed touch home. It's back to a run game.
Yeah, something that the Rangers know very well, 1-run games. But what it does, it takes the force out of the equation now by getting DeLauder, who now is in the tying run, represents a tying run at second base. He gets there.
Boy, no chance there for Higashioka.
None whatsoever.
So a single, a stolen base, and now the wild pitch has led to a run. Just one out in the bottom of the 7th, and a pop out to left. Osuna is there, and no advancement from DeLauder. They got a Manzardo.
This one's right now, the way the lineup is set up. Another left-handed hitter that Jacob Junis has to face. This one, Khalil Watson.
Single to center his first time up. Looks at one that's in there for a strike. Been a problem really all year. 3 for 17 and 2 for 11 runners in scoring position, and now 0-2 to Cleo Watson. The Rangers, to Eddie's point, have won 8 straight games decided by 1 run. And Watson, this is going to be a race to first, fielded cleanly there by Berger, and he beats him, and that'll end the inning. Eunice gets into a little trouble early in this one. They get 1 back. We're going to the 8th in a 1-run game.
Bubble your insurance with Liberty, Biberty, and save hundreds.
Cut. It's bundle your insurance with Liberty Mutual and save hundreds.
These are fun.
Yeah, a lot going on in the world of sports. The World Cup and Wimbledon is now underway. And first round continues tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern time into the afternoon. And the big story really around Wimbledon this year, the return of Serena Williams to center court. She can stream the matches from all the courts on the ESPN app. Do they allow dogs at Wimbledon?
We don't allow children in Wimbledon. Tell you what, that dog right there looked like a tennis ball, though.
The prior one with colors, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bright yellow?
Absolutely.
Duran fouls that straight back. What is it with the tennis players and the tennis balls when you're given sort of the multiple balls? There you go.
There we go.
Before they serve, and are they really different that they just eject them? Well, what is that about?
Just a feel thing. They change them every certain games within the set.
You believe that?
I do, because we see pitchers sometimes when they throw them a Major League Baseball, they don't like it and they want another one. It's just the feel of the ball.
Do they feel them all, or do they just like feel one and say, I don't want this one?
Let's call Serena on line 1. I think she's sleeping right now.
All right, so Holderman picks up the strikeout of Duran. Here is Berger. Guardians in the bottom of the 8th will have Schneemann, Kwan, and then Gabriel Arias, who homered earlier in the game. Berger fouls that back. He had the big hit in the 6th inning, that single, the 2 down and the RBI.
Hunted the first pitch from Parker Messett. Was able to hit it right back up the middle.
On a play.
Telling you this, if the Rangers can steal this game as well without Seager, without Nimmo in the lineup, and even without Jock Peterson, who's really had a nice...
He's been warm.
Yeah, he's been warm. That would be a plus for that man right there.
Jock's got 4 homers in his last 5 games. Jock is sort of the definition of getting on a heater. 4 homers in his last 5, and then earlier this year he had a stretch of 5 homers in 5 games. Yeah, strike 3 to Berger. He's gone. Sweeper from Holderman.
1, 2, 3.
USA getting set here.
He shoots!
New customers bet $1 and get $250 cash if USA reaches round of 16.
Holderman's first one to Higashioka in there for a strike. Where are you on the World Cup? You all dialed in?
I'm so dialed in.
You're all over it?
I'm all in.
There you go. He's in. USA, what, Wednesday night? That's a tough play up the middle. To his right goes Bazana. Long throw and a strong one. Higashioka is out. Schneemann, Kwan, Arias when we come back. Down a run of the Guards, bottom 8. Well, yesterday they were down 4-1 in the 8th inning, and they rallied, did the Guardians. Kind of a rare performance by the Guardians late in the game. They hadn't done this much at all, but they rallied and they came back and beat Seattle.
And a pretty darn good rally at that.
3rd win this season when they were trailing after 7. They were 3-33, and it's the first since May 3rd when trailing by 3 or more after 7 innings, trying to come back again today. And so Jacob Junis went out to warm up, Eduardo, and the trainer then went out there, and Schumacher went out there, and they took him off the field.
And it's not exactly what Skip Schumacher or any one would really want their pitchers having to be taken out, especially the way that they've been used and taxed during this past week.
Yeah, no indication as to what it might have been, and you certainly don't want to speculate. The only thing that we do know is the temperature here is very hot, but we don't know why. And now they go to Latz on the mound, who's been really good for them. But not the plan that Schumacher had as we begin the bottom of the 8th with Texas up by a score of 4-3. 31 games, gets used often, a 185 with a strikeout rate above the major league average, the walk rate right around it in 39 innings. As he will take the warm-up pitches, we're going to go back to the studio. KC and Tim Kirkshin with the updates on the games going on now.
Indeed, Ravi. 9 straight losses against Baltimore, but the White Sox have added to their lead behind Jacob Gonzalez.
So last year, the White Sox were 27th in the major leagues in runs scored. This year, they are 8th. We talked about how many more home runs they've hit, but they are now a relentless offensive team, which is why they're right there in that division.
They're now up 8-2. Meantime, Ellie De La Cruz returned from a hamstring injury last week. Here tonight, first homer since May 23rd.
Right, and 13th of the season, of course. He is their best player, and he's really rounding into a complete player. That injury set him back, but that was a pretty good swing there.
Nick Lodolo's been sharp in the start. Meantime, high-scoring affair in Philly. 8 unanswered by the Pirates. But here comes JT Realmuto and the Phils.
Phillies coming into this game 60 runs in their last 8 games and a bunch more runs tonight.
Phils trying to come back in the 9th. It's 8-7, Ravi.
All right, good stuff. Thank you guys very much for the updates. And we are back here with Jacob Latz on the mound. The ESPN Baseball is presented by Liberty Mutual. Bundle and save on your car and home insurance. Latz has been used like this often. 8 saves or 4 outs or more. It's 2 more than anybody else in the game.
Yeah, he's been really difficult to be able to get squared up against them. A lot of movement, late movement, especially right-handed hitters. You would think that the splits would favor the right-handed hitters. But so far, he's been able to limit traffic as well. So he'll have a clean inning here in the 8th inning, and it all depends now how many pitches he throws here to see if Skip Schumacher then will let him go back out there for another.
4 of those 8 saves were 2-inning saves. He's got a chance here to finish this thing out, and he's going to start the bottom of the 8th with the bottom third of the order: Schneemann, Kwon, and then Arias. 2 lefties to start. And the Rangers are very comfortable in these 1-run games. Schneemann takes. That's high and away at 96 miles an hour.
Schneemann is able to get on. It'll be interesting to see how Stephen Vogt will play it with Stephen Kwon on deck. Down by 1.
And Schneemann pops this up. Left field. Osuna barely had to take a step. And there's 1 down as Latz picks up out number 1. He's converted 11 consecutive save tries. You go back to the 26th of May. He leads baseball in saves of 1+1 innings. And the other part of Latz, which makes him stand out, is his 1.7 B-WAR, is second highest in the AL among relievers. Louis Varland of the Blue Jays is the only guy higher. 1 down for Kwon. He pops it straight up, and he is already frustrated. He knew that was going to result in an out. Boy, what a frustrating night for Kwon. It started out well with a single, then a double play, a pop out, and now a bunt attempt into foul ground.
And it was a really good idea as well. It would have worked if he would have gotten it past Latz as he falls towards the third base side. That's what he's trying to do, but that bat head got it up in front a little bit, and it ended up dropping at the last second. That little drop right there caused the pop-up.
Diaz now behind the plate. He made that catch. Higashioka's been replaced at catcher. Arias, big swing, and it's fouled straight back.
I was trying to tie it up with that one pitch, 96 miles per hour, dead center.
He launched a home run in the 5th, and no doubt about it. Several rows deep in left. You can really feel Kwon, huh? Just trying to do anything.
Well, I think it's the first time really in his 4-year career that he's struggled offensively. That's been his superpower, being able to put the ball in play and get on base.
Arias back this way, just above us. Arias came over in the deal that sent Clevenger to the Padres. Terrific arm, versatile fielder out of Venezuela. That is not there. Everybody on the infield was moving towards the dugout. Everybody.
I'm surprised Diaz did not challenge that one.
An extra life for Arias, and he hits it on the ground to short. Smothered out there. Lopez, he's been solid all night. Arias retired, and Latz does that. Less than 10. We go to the 9th.
Jose Ramirez, yes or no, cricket?
Yes.
Shohei Ohtani, yes or no?
I mean, yes. I wouldn't question anything with him batting the ball for him.
The ability to make contact, Luis Ariz, yes or no?
Perfect. Luis Ariz might be the most, close to the most sustainable, like, test cricket player. People will understand that. But long form where you can't miss, you got to, you know, put the bat on the ball. Luis Ariz would be a great one.
All right, so that's a thing, Eddie. Cricket. We need a contact guy. This guy doesn't give up a lot of contact. On the mound now is Eric Sabrowski, 2-1, 282 ERA. Lefties hit a .143, righties 128. It's Osuna, and he looks at a strike. It's 1-1. Look at the K rate, man, 46%. Only Mason Miller among qualified relievers. Second highest strikeout per 9. That's also in there.
Absolute electric weapon. If you're looking for one guy in that bullpen to have pure bat missing stuff, it's Sabrowski.
Last 2 appearances against the Tigers, both no runs. He allowed 2 against Houston. Picked up a no decision. That one is going to get into right field. Wasn't a hard hit, but it is a leadoff single for Osuna.
I don't know how Osuna was able to even, and the bat did break, but watch the location here and where this pitch was. 94 miles per hour, right in the hands.
Yeah, there's not enough handle to not break on a pitch thrown in there.
You got to be strong to be able to get that ball where he did.
Yeah, it almost looked like, remember T.C. Chen, who putted it twice? It almost looked like it hit his bat twice.
I think it did. I believe it did.
His reaction facially lets you know, oh yeah, it did hit it twice. Broke the bat, and the larger part still intact. Got that thing into right field.
Is that considered a barrel or a double barrel?
Ooh. I'll give him a double barrel. New statistic. He may be one of the first with a double barrel.
Get Petriello on that.
Langs will find an answer. We got our buddy Sarah Langs working for us again here on a Monday night. Chimed in on Maxwell Smart. I'm sure she'll have an answer for the double barrel. That's something you don't see, as our guy Tim Kirkson's in the studio very often. Boy, Cauley will take the walk, and Sobrowski is now, after this weird double hit on the knuckles and then off the barrel, kind of rode down the entire bat, threw it into right field.
Looked like he hit it 3 times. All right, this is a good time for Lopez right here to advance both runners, try to get the ball down, get Arias to be able to field it. He's already up on the plate. Another pitch out of the strike zone. Still up on the plate.
Gotta think we're going again with it.
Oh, yes.
The Rangers were looking for another balk call on Sobrowski. We've already had one balk against the Guardian pitcher Messick. Oh my goodness, another pop up and a hustling effort. Hedges couldn't come up with.
You talk about small fundamental things that the Cleveland Guardians do well, and it's also defending the bunt. And watch Rocchio at second base. He covers, and that's a play designed as soon as you see him crash the second to try to make sure that Osuna doesn't get a good jump at second base to see if they can make a play at third. Little things in the game.
Doing it again with 2 strikes?
Well, he's up in the plate right now, so it looks like he might be doing it.
He's got 2 sacrifices this season, and Lopez behind 0-2 tries it again. He will take one, and that's called strike 3. He appeared. Did he go to his helmet to appeal it?
No, but it was a strike.
But he
Good
went
pitch.
right to his helmet, but not to appeal it.
Now batting for the Rangers, center fielder Evan Carter.
I'll tell you this: the way that Nicky Lopez was swinging the bat today, especially with Evan Carter on deck. I thought right there with 2 strikes, okay, let him swing. He's already gotten a couple base hits with 2 strikes on the night.
Carter on a play. Looked for me like Lopez was looking at the umpire and put his hand on his helmet. Now, he didn't tap it.
Oh, that's the difference. Now you need to tap it. Sobrowski deliberate to the plate.
What do you see here, Eddie?
Sees it. He's like, whoa. Wow, I think he did. And then he walked away going, I better not.
Just kidding.
And actually, our first base camera in the dugout, one of the players called him out. He started laughing also as well. We saw you tap it.
Yeah. Sobrowski trying to get Carter. He spoils it. I don't know if I should do this. That's a great look.
No tap, just a grab.
Yep. Not removing my hand from my helmet. And Carter delivers a single into left field. Osuna being waved. Here's Kwan's throw, and he is at the plate. Kwan was playing shallow, and he threw a strike to Hedges to cut down Osuna.
And I'm wondering why Justin Foscue is not telling Osuna to get down. Excellent throw, and this is why, one of the many reasons why Stephen Kwan is a Gold Glover out there. He comes in hard, chases it, and releases it in a hurry. Let's say Foscue's telling him, move, no, go this way, go that way.
Yeah, mixed signals, no doubt.
But you have the umpire, and you also have Hedges in the way. I don't think Osuna ever saw him. Watch, he's in the way. He's like, wait a second, no, go this way. Oh, you can easily get hurt there, man.
Yeah, he sure could have. Now Carter delivered the single, and Kwon, who was playing relatively shallow against Carter, threw a one-hop strike to Hedges, and it keeps it a one-run game. That is not letting your offense impact your defense. And now Foscue with Carter at first, and now Cawley at second.
Yeah, but Foscue was doing everything he could to let Osuna know. Just I think he was blocked by not one but two bodies.
Foscue delivers. This one is not going to get the run at home. Kwon has it go behind him. Carter is coming all the way from first. The throw is not in time. And the ball was dropped by Hedges. Justin Foscue delivers his second hit of the night, plating 2, and it's 6-3 Rangers.
Just that when you compliment Kwon in left field as being that Gold Glover, immediately the ball finds you on this one, and it's that error right there that allows another run to come in. But the reality is Justin Foscue coming in big time, getting that, as Joe Madden will call it, the jug run, that extra run, going after the jugular to try to get the Guardians off guard.
Big night for Justin Foscue. 2 RBIs. He had the double as well. And the Guardians cannot keep it at 1. Matt Festa is coming in, and as he will get his warm-up pitches, we go back to KC in our Baseball Tonight studios.
All right, Ravi, surprise your friends with this. The Pirates are the 3rd highest scoring team in baseball, and they're adding to it tonight. Endy Rodriguez off Chase Shugart. Pittsburgh trailed 5-zip, took an 8-5 lead. Philly cut it to 8-7. That made it 11-7, where it is bottom 9.
Interesting year, Kevin. Thanks very much. And you look around baseball when you see the teams like the Pirates and the Cardinals, and of course what the White Sox are doing in the American League Central. Very interesting baseball season as we near the All-Star break. Final phase of the 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot now live. Scan the QR to vote or visit MLB.com/vote. Wide open American League, and teams like Pittsburgh and St. Louis creating problems in that National League Central. Matt Festa on as Sabrowski could not keep it at 1. He was hurt by the error out there and left by Kwon.
Yeah, Matt Festa, you see the numbers on the left, sub-4 ERA. He pounds the strike zone. 24% K rate. Been around for 34 1/3 innings of work.
We got plenty of pepperonis, man. Pepperoni. Man. Nope. No. Okay. First pitch fouled down the right field line off the bat of Josh Young. Foscue with 2 doubles tonight. They have spread the hitting out between Foscue and Young, who's got 2 hits. And then you go down to the bottom where Osuna and Cawley delivered the triple. Later the walk, single and RBI from Lopez, and Carter with 2 hits as well. The Dogs are looking at their keepers and thinking, you know what, it's 3 now. We got a chance to get back to my little bed. Spent the night. Young chases way outside.
How about Foscue at second base? Already 2 doubles, both driving in runs with 2 outs. Big contact in the 7th inning, and then there with the double and an error by Kwon that not only added 1 but another 1 as well.
Vesta was a Ranger. He was acquired on the 30th of April back in 2025. And that is going to do it for Young. Not before the Rangers delivered. And man, oh man, the inning for Stephen Kwan. The throw here nails Lopez, Osuna, I should say, at the plate. The problem is there's still more to play, and one went right under his glove, which allowed two to come in. Baseball, man, it's a cruel and unfair game. 6-3.
Yourself.
Sports Center right after us. Timmy K has been in the studio all night. He'll join Sports Center, talk about the struggles the Yankees are having. Shams with the latest on the NBA offseason and the World Cup stunners. Yeah, the soccer powers, including Germany, losing in PKs. Austin Hedges swings at the first one as Latz is trying to complete a 6-out save. He'll be the first Ranger since Dale Mahorek would be 7 in 1987. He's got 5 two-inning saves since 2019. Hader and Taylor Rogers. He's looking to be the first with 5 if he can complete this thing tonight. And it's a lot easier, Eddie, with a 3-run cushion than 1.
100%. Offense has come through in that top of the 9th.
Hedges, this one may be playable. It's given a look, and it's about 2 rows deep. So Berger will go back to first, and Latz will pitch with an 0-2 count against Austin Hedges.
One thing Latz does is he comes right after you. No messing around. 95, 96 with the fastball.
Miss there. So it looks like Tanner Bybee and Jacob deGrom tomorrow, as the Rangers will look to continue their hot play here, especially on the road. deGrom gets an extra day. Bybee ready for the Guardians. That's a almost sword of Hedges as he's gone on strikes.
Yeah, this one he got locked up. Watch the bottom half. No rotation whatsoever. Oh man, you see Uncle Charlie come in the back door. You just don't want to let him in.
Knuckle curve. He's faced 4. He's got them all. Here's Pisana. Swings center field on a line. It stays up there. He hit it well, but Carter's there. And 2 quick outs for Latz. An out away from getting the Rangers another road victory. A 4-game sweep of the Blue Jays.
How about Latz? 13 pitches, 5 outs already.
And Rocchio, last chance. First pitch inside, misses. Texas did it with the singles and the doubles tonight. They had homered in 11 straight. And they can close this one out. That streak will end, but the winning streak will continue. Swing and a miss there from Rocchio. And a changeup to get ahead 0-2. Schumacher said to me before the game, he said, look, in our position, we need to believe every single day we go to the ballpark, regardless of personnel or pitching matchup, we can win. It is an unyielding conviction. Doesn't matter. And he's got a chance to pull off another one tonight as Latz fires 1-2. And Rocchio to left field, coming hard, sliding and making the catch to win it is Osuna. The Rangers, with an all-around good game, take care of the Guardians 6-3 on a Monday night to keep their roll going.
And it took 5 pitchers to be able to do it, from Alexander to Paddock to Alstrom to Junis, and then Latz getting it done. And the defense right here by Osuna closing it down for the Texas Rangers, getting the victory against the Cleveland Guardians to start off this series.
Awfully impressive, resilient team right now that Skip Schumacher's Rangers are a game over 543-42. Congratulations all around, and it's got to feel good for the rookie Cameron Cawley in his major league debut, as he ended up with a big triple in this game. And there they are at 43-42, first time since April 26th.
This was the team that a lot of people picked to win the American League West last year. It did not happen. They had the pitching. Do they have the pitching? Do they have the offense to get it done now in the second half of the season?
DeGrom on the bump tomorrow. They try to keep this thing going. You saw the next game on ESPN. That'll do it for Eduardo Perez. I'm Carl Ravitch, our entire crew, including our producer, Andy Jacobson. Thanks.